What's up, guys? So it looks like the Brett Cooper drama is not over. As a matter of fact, it is only intensified from here. So here's the latest update to that. Obviously, you guys know that Brett Cooper is no longer with the Daily Wire. This is a content creator who I do watch her occasionally. There are some videos that I watch from her that I like, and I do think that she is a very talented content creator, right? So the update to the drama now is producer Reagan, the girl who went from being her producer to basically taking her place, and is nothing more than a complete like copycat of her, like the same mannerisms, kind of talks the same, kind of acts the same. It's kind of scary how similar she is. But anyway, so producer Reagan has officially posted the first video since taking Brett Cooper's place as the host of the comment section YouTube channel. Obviously, you could expect a significant drop in views, which is what you see. Normally, Brett Cooper gets 300, 400, 500,000 views videos, sometimes even a million, like this one right here. Producer Reagan, after 20 hours, is at 167,000. I suspect she'll probably end. This video probably ended somewhere close to like 200,000 views, still less than what Brett Cooper got. But the main thing that I want to discuss is some of these posts that I've seen. We'll get to the video in just a second, but I want to discuss some of these posts that we have seen. Number one, people are reporting that Brett Cooper, let me go to the right post. Brett Cooper unfollowed the Daily Wire accounts, Jeremy, CEO, and producer Reagan on Instagram. And on top of that, she still follows Ben Shapiro and a few other Daily Wire hosts. So some of you guys might be wondering, okay, well, there can't really be much to it, right? But this actually paints the picture that the rumors are completely true, because the rumors before she left, it was rumored for like a month that she was going to leave. And the rumor was she's going to leave because of Jeremy. And it was also rumored that her producer was going to replace her. The producer replacing her ended up coming true. The fact that she unfollowed Jeremy tells me that something probably happened. It was very likely money. We made that very clear. It was very likely contract negotiations. She brings in an insane amount of money and views for the Daily Wire because she's an extremely popular content creator. And sounds like she wasn't getting paid what she was worth. So she said, hey, I'm not budging on this. Pay me what I'm worth or I'm leaving. They don't want to pay her. She left. That's more than likely what happened. But the backstabbing comes in where you replace her with her producer, which is weird. Some of the things that I kind of wonder why it didn't happen, some of the things that I kind of took note of, right, is that when Brett Cooper announced that she was leaving, she never said, hey, producer Reagan has my blessing. She has my blessing. I'm so happy for her. Blah, 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 blah. Like, you never saw any of that, right? So that was already weird enough. They never did a collab together, never did a video. It was always either Reagan does a video when Brett's gone or Brett does her thing. There was never a togetherness with them. It was very weird. But the weirdest thing about her unfollowing Reagan on Instagram is we go over to this picture right here and we just kind of zoom in. You can see right here, this is producer Reagan right here. Producer Reagan was a bridesmaid at Brett Cooper's wedding. So if you're a bridesmaid, I would have to assume that you're very, very close, right? So if you were very close at one time, why would you unfollow your bridesmaid? That would be like me unfollowing my groomsmen. Why would I do that? Like, my groomsmen are typically my greatest friends. These are either people that I consider brothers or best friends, whatever. I would never unfollow them unless something happened. So she goes from being a bridesmaid of yours to now you're unfollowing her on Instagram. Neither of you have done any sort of collab or came out together and said, hey, we don't hate each other. So I understand why there's so much speculation that there's bad blood. And then you have something else interesting to happen. Somebody found this on Instagram right here. Apparently, Brett Cooper's mother liked comments about Reagan's own Instagram post, like basically backstabbing. Like basically there was a post. Let me see if I can zoom in and just read it real quick. I'm sorry. I know it's dark, but I'll read it. So this is what it says. And I know you probably can't see it because it's really dark, but I'll just read it. I don't know the full story. This is the post on Instagram. I don't know the full story, but if what the rumors say are true, I'm really disappointed in you. if you are Christian, you know that this isn't right. And I'm not sure you are regretting your decision now, but can't turn back because of a contract. But I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you wrestle with this decision, and it was a hard decision that you now deeply regret. That is, if you know you did something wrong. I just find it weird that Brett wouldn't say something like, go and support Reagan. Most YouTubers would do that, and you don't even have to be BFFs to do that, unless they are not actually leaving on good terms. Her statement sounds not sincere and so much subtext. Anyway, I hope you either clarify what's going on truthfully, if you're on the right, or make things right publicly or privately is not that important for your own sake. Okay. And Brett Cooper's mother liked this post. So obviously there's something serious going on here, right? You know, your mother like post about the producer Reagan backstabbing you. Check. She was the bridesmaid at your wedding, but you unfollowed her on Instagram. Check. You two have never done a collab together. Like, something really stinks in this fishy here. It seems like there actually may have been a little bit of backstabbing here, you know, which I think is weird. And just to be honest, guys, if me and a huge personality and we're best friends work at the same company, although it would be nice to take that next step and get more opportunity, get more money, I would tell them respectfully, I don't think it will be a good look for me to replace my best friend who I was the bridesmaid at her wedding unless she gives the blessing. And if she's going to give the blessing, let's have her do it publicly. Obviously, that didn't happen. So now people run with the speculation that she backstabbed her, which is very likely what happened. Now, let's actually play some of the videos so we can kind of see what producer Reagan actually has to say. Here we go. Let me go to it.
Fixing your section. And I am your new host, Reagan Conrad. Now, some of you are probably asking, who is this chick? Where is Brett? What is going on? And those are all very valid questions. So before we get into today's episode, I want to just recap a few things with you all. Now, many of you have known me as producer Reagan.
It is scary how much she acts and sounds like Brett. The hand gestures, the movements, the facial expressions, the voice, the cadence. It's like a clone of Brett Cooper. It's crazy. She's obviously not as good. Let me not, don't get me wrong. Like Brett is still Brett. But she's so freaking similar. It is scary. It's crazy. But let's keep going.
I've been working on this show for almost 3 years now. I started with Daily Wire fresh out of college with a journalism degree and a resume full of social media work. And prior to...
All right, we don't care about that. Let's get to the main part.
Hosting on Fridays. So while I may feel like a stranger to most of you watching this video, I've been behind the scenes for years getting to know all of you. Now, over the last few weeks, the internet, as we so often cover on the show, has been the internet. And the comment sections have certainly been comment sectioning away. I mean, it's literally part of my job to read your comments, and so I know what's being said. And the one thing that is rightfully concerning many of you is the thought that Brett may have been forced out. I can assure you that that is not the case, and it is simply untrue. I mean,
yes, it is. That's a lie. Yes, it is. That doesn't even make sense. If she didn't get forced out, why would she leave? She did get forced out. We already know what happened. We could put 2 and 2 together. It's not that hard. She did get forced out because she said, hey, I'm not being paid fairly. I bring in all these views. I bring in more views than like most of the hosts here. Can I get paid for it? No, you're not going to get paid for it. Okay, well, I'm leaving. Technically, it's like a technicality. It's like technically she kind of did. Like, do we all think she wanted to leave? No. So she did get forced out because she didn't want to leave. She very likely wanted to stay with the Daily Wire, but she didn't because you guys were doing her dirty. So she said, okay, screw it. Well, you're leaving me no choice. Like, you're essentially forcing me to leave by like not compensating me for what I'm owed, basically. That's what I'm getting out of it. So this is just a lie.
As Brett said herself in her final episode, and I would highly encourage every single one of you who has not yet seen that video to go watch that video and also go watch and support and love on anything that Brett does coming up in the future, because I know that it will be amazing. It was Brett's...
See, this is weird too. She has a whole YouTube channel. Why don't you post the link to her YouTube channel? Like, you're saying whatever she does, feel free to share it. She's going to do great. Post the link. Like, why? Like, this doesn't... You're her bridesmaid. I would tell the Daily Wire, hey, can I like post a link here and can we get her to come back and endorse me? And we both like they handled this so wrong. It's crazy.
Decision to leave the show and move on to a new adventure, which she is very excited about. And all of you should be very excited for what's to come. And in saying all of that, It is an enormous honor for me, truly beyond my wildest dreams and anything that I could have ever hoped for, to have been given the honor to carry on this show. I care about the show so much too, and so I am so...
I mean, look, nothing personal against her. Like, I'm sure she's cool, and I honestly don't have anything against her. I really don't. But this really is a bad look from her and the Daily Wire. I think the best thing they can do is just come out and just say what happened. I think that would make people feel better about it. Like, just tell the truth. Like, what actually happened? Because you're just dodging, you know? Anyway, the channel is called the comment section, so let's go look at the comment section. People had a lot of things to say. I'm just going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. Let's see. So clicks on video, pauses, checking comments. Let's see. This show finally lives up to the name because without Brett, all I am doing is looking at the comment section and not the video. They really pulled this and thought we would all just be like, okay, onward. Yeah, that is pretty much what happened. They pretty much just thought, hey, we'll put a Brett Cooper look-alike or sound alike, not look-alike, sound alike, and we'll just roll with it. Everybody's saying this is how I felt when Steve from Blue's Clues went to college. That is so funny. I remember when Steve left, I was a kid. Moment of silence for Brett Cooper. It's the way Brett immediately unfollowed Reagan on Instagram for me, so people are already... Okay, so here's a good comment right here. But to dispel the rumors, why did Brett unfollow you everywhere and remove all pictures of you? Oh, she removed the pictures, Susie? I didn't even know that. Yeah, there's definitely bad blood if she removed the pictures. They definitely are not cool. Obviously, something happened. Why did you guys never do a video together? Or at least a video where she has endorsed you or passed off the torch? Exactly. Obviously, there's an issue there. And then if you want successful Reagan, please let her be herself. This weird uncanny valley hosting that's copying Brett's mannerisms and expressions is an insult to the show and also to Brett. Yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. It is very weird. The Daily Wire is supposed to be about unique voice and personality. This just implies you think all Gen Zs look and sound the same. I don't think it's that. I think they think that what Brett Cooper did works, and they got lucky in the fact that this girl just happens to sound and have the same mannerisms as Brett Cooper. Maybe it's because she was her producer for 3 years. I don't know. But that's kind of what they roll with because they think it's going to work. Somebody says, so I guess it's safe to assume we can all unsubscribe now. No one was here for the comments section. We were here for Brett. Yeah, that's pretty much true. Like, I have no interest in watching the show with Reagan. I mean, kudos to her. I mean, power to her. I mean, congrats on your new gig and doing your thing. But I don't know. It's just something about the way Brett communicates that I like. So like I said, I like Brett. So whenever Brett finally posts on her new YouTube channel, I'll be checking it out because that's what I like. I don't really care for Reagan. Reagan can build her own community, but I'm Team Brett, okay? I'm just keeping it real. All right. Anyway, that's today's video. I just want to kind of talk about the drama further intensifying, and obviously something happened. Who knows if we'll ever get the truth on what really happened with this whole thing. Brett will probably just move on, but it's very unfortunate that somebody who was once your bridesmaid is now, you know, not only taking your former gig, but you clearly have some sort of bad blood with because you deleted all the pictures with her. And you unfollowed her on Instagram. So pretty big deal. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.